up funds, me play CDM, ain't no pressing me, I'm Angolo. Me and bro like you're on Golo. Scale 7 and Benzie, hard times and plenty. I'm a stick to the tag. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Tuesday. What y'all on? What y'all on? Happy Tuesday to all the players and the baddies. We're here in the player circle for another live special all new episode of Keepin It Playa. What y'all been up to? Hope you had a good weekend. We're going to get into several different things tonight. You know what I mean? I'm just organizing everything, so y'all just bear with your boy. Everybody rolling in. Y'all, you know, drop some emojis in the trap, in the chat. Drop emojis in the chat. Got me stuttering. That's why he said, "What's good with you, my brother?" Today is January 20th, and we are 2/3 through the month of January. Ridiculous. It's so hard to process that. But we say it all the time, and I think this year I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious of it. It's just like, man, the days fly, the months fly. So we have to take every day and make the most of it. You know what I mean? So everybody that's just joining, man, if you new, welcome. We are now deeming you one of the players and baddies. Brandon J was good. Welcome. For those who are unfamiliar with me, my name is Ceddy P. I'm an artist manager and owner of the record label Renaissance Music Records, home to Key Story, who you may have heard on Tidal or Spotify, Johnny Quest the Rebel as well, and Cheek the Prophet. And if you don't know them, please do. Please get to know them because I know you'll enjoy. Martin Jean said, "I'll take the blue pill." I'm assuming that's a Morpheus reference. But yeah. Go tap in. I'm gonna play a little bit of their music in just a second, so you can vibe. But in addition to that, I am also playlist curator, firefighter, president of Bald Brothers United. You see, we having our moment. I know everybody been rocking the new song, the Bald Jigger. And my boy Wemby from the Spurs went bald. So we lit. So yeah, the Morpheus jokes, y'all a little late. But I prefer Bald King. Cause I am the one. But let me know where y'all from. Where y'all from? I'm from Jersey, and it's cold as all hell right now. It's very, very cold. We've been getting snow, and that ain't my thing. I'm from Jersey, but I'll never enjoy that. I prefer to be somewhere nice and warm where I can float in my leopards. You know what I mean? Float on the beach in my leopard skin drawers. But oh, what you know about that? Martin Jean said you need to get up, get out, and get, son. Yeah. And I see that you peeped the elevators. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Now, this Outcast shirt is my second favorite. I actually originally got an Outcast shirt, and I used to get a hell of compliments on it, but it got faded and I cannot find it. So I got this one as a second one. But anytime I wear Outcast shirts, I get hella compliments. I wore this shirt to South by Southwest Festival, my first one that I attended with my artists. And I'm actually I'm homies with the manager of Tierra Whack. Some of y'all know Tierra Whack, the artist. And so we got a great shirt. We got a great picture together of me in this shirt. And y'all tripping out here in the chat. But let me know where y'all from. I want to know where y'all are from. Drop it in the chat. If it's your first time here, drop the emoji with the sunglasses in the chat. Now, we got into a lot of stuff this weekend. France, yeah. So Wimby. Oh man. So yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, and I hope y'all got to celebrate and recognize the King. We also, if you get a chance, you get to do the day of service where you do something to help others. But if you didn't, at least honor the legacy of the King. Now, the only thing that's been frustrating me about the recent years of Martin Luther King Day is every year they want to bring some new information out about Dr. King that really ain't got nothing to do. Really ain't got nothing to do with Dr. King and the legacy we need to be preaching. And this year they was posting this documentary clip, and it was Andrew Young, civil rights leader, and he was like, yeah, everybody knows Martin as the civil rights leader and the fighter, but people don't know that Martin Luther King was a good basketball player. I'm like, man, don't nobody want to hear that, boy. So now Martin Luther King had a step back. Now Martin Luther King was hitting from three. We still ain't free, but you talking about threes. Think about it. Next year they gonna be, Martin Luther King was in the streets, y'all. It's like, yo, this is totally irrelevant. Jesse Jackson gonna be spreading rumors about Martin Luther King. It's got to stop. But anywho, in addition to celebrating Martin Luther King, this weekend I linked up with my brother Cam, aka Killer Cam, and we went to the record shop, which is always fun. Now, I must say, I'm gonna keep it real. Vinyl records getting too expensive. Too expensive. I bought, speaking of the Outcast, matter of fact, oh damn, I can't reach it. Hey, I'll show it to y'all. Let me hold on one second. All right, I'm back. My bad. So I bought, one of the things I bought the Outcast Stankonia, one of my personal favorites. I also like ATLians and Speaker Box and Love Below. But I bought the Outcast vinyl record. That thing was $30. Now, I ain't out here trying to be brother cheap, but damn. 30. But I'm going to put it out there. This is because everybody want to make things all hip and new. And now vinyls is back in style. So now the man is driving the price up. I bought Outcast. I bought A Tribe Called Quest. That ran me about $25. And then, cause my mom's had put me on to that funk. G I bought the Commodores, and y'all know about the Commodores. The Commodores is the group that's saying she's a brick house, right? And for those who watch, I guess it's The Voice, one of them shows. Well, Lionel Richie is the one of the singers from the Commodores. I'm putting you on game. I'm teaching you something. Oh, Killer Cam here. Cam, no, them prices was hella expensive. It was unacceptable. But I digress. But I bought a Commodore's album, so tomorrow I will be dabbling and getting into listening to the records. And what y'all can do to support my vinyl records new hobby is make sure you like the live, make sure you subscribe, because then once your boy hits my 1,000 and we at 800, and once I hit my 1,000, I'm gonna be using my monies, my revenue to buy albums, amongst other things. But I digress. So with Martin Luther King Day, talked about that, talked about the record shop. We also watched the NFL playoffs. Oh, my brother put me onto this ice cream. And that joint banging. We went to the grocery store. I got a gallon. He got me a gallon of ice cream. He said, try something. Expand your mind. Expand your horizons. I said, all right, okay. And that thing was hitting. So kudos to you. Now I'm getting back on my grind. Gotta get back healthy because I'm trying to slim down. Right now we in the phase that Eddie Murphy called it slim slow. I'm trying to slim fast. You know what I mean? But I had to. You gotta take time to live life and enjoy things. All right. So we watched that. Had the ice cream. Watched the NFL playoffs. Shout out to the Denver Broncos. Shout out to the Patriots. Shout out to the Rams. And am I missing somebody, y'all? Who am I missing? Seahawks. The Rams won a tough game. They beat the Bears. Now, for those who are familiar with me, y'all know my ties to the Chicago, the beautiful city of Chicago. I love D Rose. And so that was tough. I'm a Washington Redskins fan though, so I really don't have a horse. That's I was just rooting for them, because of what that means to me, who that is, and it unfortunate loss, but great effort. Glad y'all made it to the dance. As long as y'all not playing the Commanders, we cool. Now, lastly, I don't like to brag, but the Lord was blessing your boy. This past week, blessed me with a casual parlay blessing. And I try to take my time to, gradually build up. That's how you're supposed to do it. The world be trying to confuse y'all like, oh, we got to hit this super big parlay, and you giving the man your money. Don't do that. Straights, you know what I mean? Straights, do your research, just like you would do research any other thing out here in life. But your boy put together a nice little parlay, and that thing was a smacker. And so, and the crazy thing was, I was taking a break. So I had deleted all my parlay all my bet apps, but I forgot to delete DraftKings because I didn't see it. They gave your boy some money, so I'm like, all right, let me go spend this money. Boop, smacker. But that's how the Lord be trying to look out for your boy. In addition to that, I also got back into the Dan is the man algorithm. If you don't know who Dan the man is, Dan is the man with the plan, and he hit you with the got. That's the one. Look it up, baby. Look it up. Oh, nah. Trust me, brother, because your boy was about to get out the game. He said, forgot. You magically forgot. But let's get into the show. We had a great episode last week. We was talking about the hierarchy of orange soda. That was a great conversation. And we talked about people dressing young a turn off. So again, for all my old heads, please stop dressing like LL Cool J in 95. It is time to expand your horizons. As we said, they either dressing like LL Cool J in 95 or they dressing like a scamming mega church pastor. And we gotta find some balance. Now, as always, we gonna kick off the show with the bald-headed logic. And ironically, I was just talking about, or coincidentally, I was just talking about the parlay blessings. And I saw a video. Shout out to my YGB members. My boy Reek has sent me a reel on Instagram. And he was talking about gambling, but choosing the gambling of, that is more appropriate to you. So let me explain a little bit further. My boy Reek of YGB stands for You Gotta Believe, which is, our signature phrase here. But my boy Reek from YGB sent me a reel of this sports bettor, and he was unloading his pickup truck and talking to the people. And he was basically saying about how, I tell people that I'm sports betting. They be like, I don't gamble. And they be like, yes, you do. You gamble all the time. You gamble with your money. You gamble with going to work, spending your time hoping you get you some, some ends. You gambling with all type of STDs out here trying to be chasing girls. I said, he's stabbing and twisting. He's not playing around. He said you gamble when you went to college, hoping you would get a job that you had no clue whether you would get or not from all them years of education. He said it's all a gamble. But what's a gamble is appropriate to you? He said for him, I'd rather trade money to make more money as opposed to trading time to make money. You can't get time back. You lose money, just make more money, which he makes it sound very easy, but I understood the premise. And while this is not an advertisement in any form or fashion for you to just go ahead and quit and start sports betting and gambling, the bald-headed logic for today is to choose your gamble. And my thought process is, well, if we're going to be gambling regardless, trying to find the right mate, trying to find a career that makes sense for us, gambling whether this job is worth our time and efforts, we might as well choose a gamble that's going to be beneficial and worth our purpose, worth our value. And so I tell you to choose your gamble. We live in this space right now where everything is about making bread, making money. And yes, money is very, very important in the space of a resource. Excuse me. It's a resource that allows us to live and to matriculate through life. But it's not worth selling your soul. It's not worth losing your peace. It's not worth risking your health in various circumstances, especially if it's not for something that you love. So choose your gamble. All right? And choose it wisely. And when you get in that gamble, study, learn it, become passionate about it, and make the moves. Make the money. You know what I mean? Grow. You look at everybody that's successful out here, they all took some type of gamble, man. Maybe it'll be a calculated risk, but you got to shoot that shot. So choose your gamble, man. Make it work for you. All right? That's the bald-headed logic for the day. Use it, know it, become it. Now, I want to get into the segment when I send you this. Those that are familiar with the show, when I send you this, the popular segment where, just like, you know, on Twitter or social media, if somebody says I'm sending you a meme of a celebrity or a person, it has dual meaning. In the past, we've talked about sending people T.I., Martin Luther King's, you know, just mentioned his day, and several others. But I'm going to give you one for the day to take with you. And again, remember, when I send you this, it has different meanings if I'm sending to the players and if I'm sending to the baddies. All right? So, if I send you a picture of the popular Tenderism older fella that has become popular for letting the pork slide off the ribs. If I send you a picture of that old man, I send it to the players. That means get your business in order. Get your business in order, because you out here making the other man some money, because you ain't got your business in order. So if I send you Tenderism with the cap to the side, get your business in order. Now, if I send Mr. Tenderism to the baddies, totally different meaning. That means, girl, you make me want to throw my glasses, because that thing tender. Sweet, sweet silky thing. Tender. Girl, you're tender. I see you when and that's what I need. So when I send you this, understand, know what it means. All right? Now, I want to play some music for y'all. We're going to vibe, and then we're going to get into the what are you talking about, get some questions answered here. Make sure if you're new, make sure you like the live, make sure you share the live, all of that. You know what I mean? So everybody can enjoy and have a good old damn time. All right? Now, I want to play some new records I've been listening to. First, we got to start with my boy. Y'all friend in the back acting up again. Hey, sir. You know what's going on. Don't act crazy. That boy want to be scratching and sampling when I'm on the live. Y'all, that's y'all friend, brother Beanz. But first, I want to play this new T.I. record. Now, first of all, let me set the mood. T.I., for the younger crowd, y'all not familiar with the T.I. we grew up with. Y'all see the T.I. with the locks and all that. He a family man, all that other. He doing comedy. I'm talking about T.I. with the cap tilt, the low cut fade, and he's using extremely large dictionary words such as expeditiously. So T.I. dropped the video that he was cutting off the locks, and he was getting back to music, and he was dropping a record produced by the one and only Pharrell. So we're gonna play that record and vibe a little bit. Let y'all vibe that TIP. No freaky, turn your freaky down. Now, when T.I. dropped the video, I have to say, I posted, I said, damn, this is what the J. Cole fans must feel like. Cause I'm hype. Now I'm tripping. If you was around for the T.I. run, what a time. What a gift. What a gift. That ATL's era, when the movie came out, what you know about that? You might see me in the streets, but homie, you don't know me. ASAP, that urban legend. I didn't even get to the paper trail and all that. Urban legend. So shout out T.I. Now, got some other music that just dropped. We'll get into some R&B, a little bit of that too. You know what I mean? Because some new records out as well. But while we doing that, I want to quickly get into the questions because we got to keep things circulating. So let me drop a question in here for y'all. And we talking about artists, and I was talking about how I felt when T.I. dropped. And, you know, it must be similar to how the J. Cole fans feel with the new J. Cole album, The Fall Off, getting ready to drop in February. So it made me think, who is an artist? Who's an artist you always gonna get hyped for?
Poppin' so obnoxious, I ain't got no country promo, like I still got a pocket full of crack. All they do is fight for number 2 'cause I'm the one. Still make it play with the one. All we know is success.
Y'all can drop y'all answer. Y'all can answer the question, but who is an artist? Who's an artist you always get hyped for when they drop a record? To me, it's a couple of them. I'm always get hyped for, obviously, T.I. I'm going to get hyped for, I obviously always get hyped for my artist records, of course. But, so, you know, when we get a Key Story record, and, you know, have you. Got to go up for them. But, play some minutes. But to me, Mary J. Blige, who I'm gonna mention because she was just doing a great interview this week, and Usher. Whenever they drop something, I'm gonna check it out. Newer artists, I gotta say, I get hyped for. I get hyped for Zaya Bell releases. If you're not familiar with Zaya Bell, please check her out. Super dope artist. Who else? Who else is somebody like I'm always checking for? Y'all know I'm really like a big, like I'm an R&B type of smooth brother in addition to my hip hop roots. So I'm very excited about Ari Lennox. It's a couple people that's like, yeah, when they drop, I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead. Let me stop the presses. Let me check what's going on. You don't know me, homie. Why don't you talk to me? So there's my artist playing. This is actually one of my artists. This is Cheek the Prophet. So Profit spelled Profit. So check him out. We actually got some new music on the way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play can I pull my title up? Play y'all something since y'all joining me.
Niggas don't know my way.
Alright, let me play something for y'all. Something special. This is a record that's only released on Tidal. Shout out to our family over at Tidal. Now, so let me know who's an artist that y'all always get hyped for when they drop a record.
Drops on my head, type of pain I never ran from. Left foot, right foot, you gon' have to stand for something. Niggas swerved in my lane, damn in front of cameras. Summer trip to Washington, just case I flee to Canada. Lose your arms, left wrist, chest, try and handle her. Rebel in the night, don't make me call for my militia. Talks with P, he said, fuck these serving, you gotta earn it. And if you can't stand the heat, get off the fucking furnace. Like it's hot now, that's the life on the chopping block. Suicide flips, I lose
yeah.
it all.
My boy was going crazy on here.
Pressure pointing me in the direction without all the fluff that y'all injecting. 9G kale plants on my balcony. Barefooted living truth, not the day you plant the seed.
Now, let's continue on. Kids. Let me also get another question in here for y'all. I'm gonna play some more new music. I want to play this record for y'all. I've been listening to this artist, and some of y'all are familiar because y'all be tapped in. But for those that's not, I want to play this record. This record is from the artist named Elmiene. Elmiene is an R&B singer. You may have seen him around. The brother is tough. Now, admittedly, and I know this is tough to say as a curator, but he was. All my friends was gassing him. All my friends was like, "Yo, this the next." I'm like, dang. And I didn't have an opportunity to really discover on my own, so I took my time. But this song came across the other day. The song is called Reclusive. And I was like, oh, the brother's nice. The brother's fly. I said, oh, he ain't playing with y'all. So check out my boy. Check out Elmiene. Shout out to Elmiene. But let's get into another question. So another question I have for y'all is more of a self-growth. So the next question is, what is a habit that you're currently trying to break? What is a habit you're trying to break? In your place of peace, in your place of growth, your namo renge cure, all that type of stuff. What is a habit that you're trying to break? If I can be honest with y'all, a habit that I'm desperately trying to break is going to sleep late. I'm always going to sleep late. And it's bad for your health, it's bad for your weight loss. You wake up all groggy and it slows you down from growing to the next. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm rocking with that, Elmiene. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't hold you. I'm rocking with it. And to stay on the R&B tip, if you don't mind, gotta play that new Ella Mai. That new Ella Mai. I seen this clip of Ella Mai singing, and she was letting the fellas sing. Ladies, this is hella underrated tactic. I know everything is always about the baddies, and y'all singing to the baddies, f these jiggers, all that other type of stuff. But yo, the players need. We want to connect too, because there's a lot of real ones. And she just let them sing at her concert. I said, Ella Mai, yes, you're fine, but you're all right with me. This new record is called 100, 100, however you say it. But yes, still answering the question, what is a habit you're trying to break right now? To me, boy, that sleep one, if I can break that sleep, if I can start going to bed about, 10:30, 11. And I know you like, Cedric, that's late. It's not late for me. I've always been a night owl. And bad, bad with it. I mean, I'm up, man. When like I said, I wrote a book. I wrote a book when I was in college. And I mean, I was up 2, 3 in the morning. That's college. As you can see, I have aged. And I tend to tap out a little early, but I'll fight with sleep. And it's just because I don't think I'm in the proper mental space. So, that's something that I would like to do, man. Just be able to get a good night's rest. Now, granted, there's a lot of factors. Me just being a night owl, my career as a firefighter has definitely didn't help that. All these damn late basketball games, they got games coming on at 11 now. It was bad enough when we used to get the 10 o'clock game, maybe the 10:30. Now they got starting games at 11. That means your game ain't finishing until about 2 in the morning or 1:30. And if it's on Prime, I gotta see my Boo Taylor Rooks. So it's like, when's a brother to sleep? So it's interesting, man. But that's something for me that I feel like would really help me go to the next level. Being able to process getting sleep early and then getting up early. I'm not really a morning person. If it wasn't for my dog and for me having to, make, yay, our girl in here, it's Key's story, baby. Shout out the BX Baddie in the building. The first lady of Renaissance. If you're not familiar, go check out the music. Key said her habit she's trying to break is overfilling that plate. And listen, I understand. I feels you. Let's play some Key Story real quick while our girl in here. I'm gonna play one that, like I said, I feel like we be I'm gonna play a feature verse. This one don't get a lot of. This don't get enough spins for me. This because Key was flexing on this one. You'll hear her when she come in. It's so nasty when you're drunk. Come and meet me. Keep me safe in your arms every night. That's right. Key was like, let me get sentimental on them. This is a feature from it was on a compilation album. This is called In the Middle from 24/7. Here she come.
3 a.m. know you want it. Drop top, making moves, gotta get the money. Never seems the right time, but it's so right when it's our time. Need this, never cause he own it. I don't like the word commitment. I wanna create something different. I wanna be a holy union.
Yeah, but let's continue on. I gotta play some. I'm gonna play a couple. I'm gonna play it. Damn, oh, I know what I gotta play. I gotta play that shit. Yeah. Good. Turn the tempo up. But all right, y'all. Let's move on. Let's keep it going. If you in the chat, make sure you like the live. Make sure you share the live with all your peoples. Now, want to quickly get into speaking my truth, and then we'll get into the what are you talking about before we kind of wrap it up in here. So tonight, speak my truth. Let me say that I'm gonna keep it straightforward with y'all. Speaking my truth, nothing hurts worse than finding out somebody you rocked with was a hater. I mean, oh, with your hating ass. Ooh, that burns. Like when they put the alcohol in the back of your neck after a haircut. I hate it. There's somebody you was like, oh man, they cool, they solid. You know what I mean? Whether it's somebody that you looked up to, like a celebrity of sorts, or a role model, or like a big bro, or somebody that, just a friend that's like, oh man, we cool. And you find out they a hater. Oh, I be mad. And it's got to stop. Because what you hating for? I know it's a lot going on out here, but God got enough for all of us. Ain't no reason for you to be hating on my black ass. Let me live, would you please? And I'm going to stop cussing, because I know my mama going to report back to me, Cedric, you was cussing too much on your live. But I'm just trying to emphasize a point. Stop hating. And what's crazy is we looking at you like you got the, like you the fly one. And you out here hating. Won't allow me to rise. Won't allow me to elevate. Because you hating. That ain't cool. Focus on yourself. Man. And there's different types of haters. You got somebody that's just hating on you because they see you being happy about, what you got going on. There's people that be hating on you because they don't want you to get in front of them. Some people be hating just because you're different and you don't see the world the way they see it. None of these are reasons to hate on anybody. And what I've come to find out is that you hating really is more of a reflection of the lack of production and performance on your end. Because you could be doing whatever you need to do, and you ain't focused on that. That's why you got time to hate on me. And I urge all of y'all to pay attention to this. If you see somebody that you cool with hating on somebody else, pay attention. What they say in Sister Act. If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Word. He preaching. Waiting for that reassurance. The opportunity already there for you. Focus on yourself. Johnny said we can slip and slide. And that's real. But this is all I'm trying to say is like, yo, it's time for us to pay attention to what we got going on so that we can get to the money. If you don't get to the money, you can't get to the honeys. Because the dollar's going to make them holler. And that's, you know what I mean? Somebody asking about Super Mario Brothers up in here. And let me say this real quick. Super Mario Brothers Elite. Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Elite. But the real game, take it to the 64 Mario Kart. If we getting serious, you know what I mean? But that's I don't, let me stay on topic. So yeah, and speaking my truth, I cannot watch people be haters. It is very, very frustrating. And it kills my joy, kills my buzz, and I ain't for that. At this grown age of mine, the last thing I want is somebody killing my buzz. Won't stand for it, won't allow it. And don't let nobody kill your buzz neither. You out here trying to make moves, you out here trying to do your thing, get the good grades, get the career that you want, try to shoot your shot with the baddies, whatever you trying to do. Somebody out here trying to take away from that, that's hate. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. So that's just how I be feeling personally. But I've spoke my truth. If you got something that's on your mind and it ain't too freaky, turn your freaky down. Turn your freaky down. If you got something that's on your mind, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. And make sure, again, to turn your freaky down. You're going to hear me say that a lot on my lives and on my page. There's 3 things. 3 that you need to know if you're going to be a part of the player circle. First thing is YGB. And when you graduate to become a member of YGB, welcome. You've made it. Because you got to believe. Second thing, turn your freaky down. It's too freaky out here. Now me, I'm grown. I'm a man. My freak level, about a 6. You know what I mean? But some of y'all too freaky out here. You're doing too much. And the third thing is Ball Brothers United. Ball Brothers United. I accept no ball slander. My boy from the Eagles gang said, why does a gangster not like the doctor? Tell me, enlighten me, please, because I don't know. Outside a bad body. While we here, let's quickly get into the what are you talking about. So the what are you talking about is when we scour the internet, we check out what's going on social media, and you know, we comment and discuss. So a couple of things we're gonna get to. First thing I want to get to was a recent episode of The Pivot, the podcast The Pivot, featuring NBA player or former NBA player Sebastian Telfair. Thank you, Key. Trying to keep this thing moisturized. Hold on to it as long as I can, because I promise you, when I get back, I'm gonna cut it one more time, and when I grow it back again, it's here to stay. But I'll continue on. Former NBA player Sebastian Telfair was on The Pivot. Now, for those that are too young to remember the name Sebastian Telfair, Sebastian Telfair was a young point guard from Brooklyn, New York, and this was one of the young point guards around the kind of the early phases in 2000s, 2003 to be exact, 2002, 2003. And he was popular. He became immediately popular when he was featured side by side with a young LeBron James on the cover of Sports Illustrated and Slam. I know he was on Slam. Yeah, it was the Slam cover, him and LeBron. And when I tell you, if you knew LeBron was the guy, 6'8", you know what I mean, already in high school, but if you was a young guard and you looking at the swag and all of that, Sebastian Telfair was that dude. Cousin to Stephon Marbury, you know what I mean, just had the New York swag, everybody was rocking with him. And he entered the draft, got drafted, went to the Celtics, had a little cup of tea in the NBA, cup of coffee. I'm sorry, I'm making mistakes. Sebastian Telfair was drafted originally by the Trailblazers. That's who he went to first, and he played in the league, but he never got to become a superstar for various reasons. Some of his own, some just the way of the league. But that name, like when he came into the league, he really was like, man, that social media area and like the way they broke in all of the documentaries and the stuff like that. And this is the early days when you was getting highlight clips. It's like, yo, man, he was a young star before him and LeBron was the young stars before they got to the league. But now in retrospect, he's here. He's he's alive. He had a little bit of trouble, but now he's out here, making moves. So they had him on the show, and one of the guys, Shannon, asked him, yo, you basically made $20 million over your career. How come, that's why he's been in the news recently, because he was talking about how he don't got no money, or he ran out of the money that he made in the league. So they was asking him, and he's like, hey man, like the money went by fast, and people really didn't understand how money works, and I was out here taking care of my whole family. And it's the talk, the age old lesson or story about a man, having making millions, and then ends up not having nothing to show for it. But the way the breakdown was really makes people. I really want people to understand how money works, and you gotta really take care of yourself. So basically, he broke it down. He made 20 million, played 10 years, but 20 million before you even see any of that, that's getting taxed. So basically half, because he's in a higher tax bracket. So you go from 20 to 10. You have lawyer fees, you got agent fees, and then you have a lifestyle. And if you are not doing the things that you need to do and stay on that path, that money will go fast. So basically, what he broke it down to was like, yo, if you just break that down in about an average, I was making about $1 million a year, and I'm paying for everybody. He said he had 14 brothers and sisters, which is crazy. But it's like, yeah, if you don't get that, like he said, cars and homes will do it. You spending more and you not investing and putting that money away, and you don't have the ability to tell people no. The first of all, the thing is, what we see with a lot of both rappers and not just rappers, but artists, music artists, and hey, what's good? Welcome, welcome. But if you don't take care of your money, you don't put it aside, you don't. When you get money, you got to pay yourself first. You got to pay what you owe in expenses and taxes. You got to invest. And then you got to find a way, especially if you're the breadwinner, you have to find a way to help people be self-sufficient, because otherwise they are just taking. Imagine you had got to do it like they did back in school. Johnny has 7 apples. If nobody's putting new apples in here and everybody's taking out, the bushel will be empty soon. And that's how you got to look at this thing. And then you don't got to be a celebrity, you don't got to be a millionaire for that to be the case either. That's why everybody on the everyday level is broke. Gotta give jobs. And you gotta find ways to take advantage. And like some people, like a lot of people was gatekeeping back then, but it's like it's different ways to pay people now. If you have it's not a CD. If you have like a high yield savings account, shout out to Ryan Leslie, the producer and artist who talked about this. If you have a high yield savings account, and you say you gotta get your mom's money. If you had $100,000 in a high yield savings, I know that's like, where you get $100,000? Just work with me for the numbers. And the high yield savings giving you 4%, right? So that means you're getting 4 G's off of that. You're getting 4 G's off of that. That could be somebody's allowance, so to speak, and you never touching the 100. You just breaking them off, but that 100 ain't going nowhere. Or like I said, you give somebody money for a job. They're completing a job. They're completing a task to help you. Now, of course, it's easy to say that. As y'all know my favorite saying. My favorite saying from Mike Tyson. Everybody knows how to fight till you get punched in the mouth. So it all sounds good when you ain't got it like that. It all sounds good when you ain't the person giving out the money. So I'm not here judging nobody. But what I'm saying is we have to use these lessons to grow and expand. Too many opportunities. Like we can't, like when you get an opportunity like that, man, you gotta do what you can and make the most of it. But I thought that was a very interesting clip that I saw online, and I wanted to discuss that with y'all. Now, the other thing that I saw recently on the music tip, my favorite singer of all time, Mary J. Blige. She was on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast with Carmelo Anthony and Kazim, because I think he replaced my boy Miro, because Miro back on the radio. But Mary J. Blige was on there discussing her career and all her accomplishments. And one of the things that Mary J. Blige talked about was people's obsession with her singing sad songs. And a lot of people love to say, oh man, we need them sad Mary songs. We need angry Mary. And Mary is saying something very interesting about this on the show. She was basically saying to the effect of, you can't judge people for them wanting those things, but she can't continue to do it because she gotta grow. But she's like, hey, people are gonna only relate to you where they are in life. So if they going through that, or they feel like that's what what you meant to them and how important you was to them, that's what they want for you. As an artist, it may not just be sad songs. It may be like let's say it's a Wiz Khalifa, and you or Jay-Z says it, because Jay-Z's like, if you want my old music, buy my old albums. The constant discussion about our brother Kanye. You know what I mean? I miss the old Kanye. We see these situations all the time where he's like, man, you fell in love with an artist for what they did and what they made in the past, and now they don't make that anymore, and it's just like it's almost disheartening to you. People have to evolve. You hope that when they evolve, they are doing something that is positive and connects to an evolution in you. But regardless, the music is going to change. It's going to grow. They're not in the same place they was. Um, they've been able to achieve a level of success that they didn't have at that point. You know, the story has changed from a change of hunger to making it to potentially a hunger of staying up at the top, or the different challenges that you see when you get to the top. It's just a different person, and we have to kind of understand that and connect to that, and hopefully they maintain some semblance of what you loved about them from the jump. But for artists not to evolve would be stagnance, and you can't have that either. You can't expect a person to stay the same. You shouldn't want somebody to stay the same when life is taking you through different journeys on a daily basis, if that makes sense. So shout out to Mary. I really, like I said, man, she holding strong. She ain't got hemmed up in none of the Diddy allegations. Don't take my girl Mary. Keep my girl Mary above the foolishness, as she said once back in the day, when that brother Kendu tried to sully her name. I love me some Mary, man. Go Mary, go Mary, go. Shout out to moms for putting me on that Mary J. Blige, the only damn 11-year-old talking about some. Take your time, baby, don't you rush a thing. They like, what is this brother going through? Yo, I was tripping. But yes, we're gonna move on. We wrapping up the show. We try to keep it around an hour. You don't gotta take all night to be all right. You know what I mean? So we're gonna quickly celebrate the Playas and the Baddie of the week and get up on out of here with a Ceddy's recipe. So tonight's player of the week goes to my boy. We was talking about Chicago earlier, and I'm celebrating my second, because we got to shout out AI, my second all-time favorite NBA player, and that is Derrick Martell Rose, a.k.a. Pooh, a.k.a. D Rose, on his new business venture, where he is now the owner of a flower shop appropriately titled Roses. And I saw the video of it this week. I said, that brother's smart. D Rose selling roses. I get it. In addition to that, I believe that will be at the end of the week. Derrick Rose will have his jersey retired by the Chicago Bulls and hung in the rafters. that number one is gonna go up there. And while they never won the title, the brother brought back the Bulls. He brought back the Bulls, and he was the prodigal son, the son from Chicago that made it through, and then took his hometown team back to notoriety. And without LeBron James getting in his way two times, because they would have, if they would have, sorry, if he would have got past them when LeBron was with the Cavs, they would have waxed. They would have waxed. Who did the Cavs play that year? Damn, was that the Warriors? I think that was the Warriors, but that was before. That was before they had Kevin Durant. That's when Derrick Rose hit the shot to win the game. And yeah, man. But anyway, definitely one of my favorite players. So happy to see the continued growth post retirement. I love to see people in their retirement to continue to just do new things and kind of connect and find new joys in life. I love that. You know what I mean? I love to see that. And the baddie of the week goes to the talented and lovely, might I add, actress Regina King. Regina King was just recently featured on the Obama podcast, and if y'all not familiar with the Michelle Obama podcast, Michelle Obama with her brother, I'm a fan of their podcast. I ain't gonna hold you. I like it. Now, I'm still a person that it's hard for me to sit down and watch full podcasts. But the IMO podcast with Craig, that's Michelle's brother, and Michelle Obama, and they had Regina and her sister Raina on there, and I'm excited to catch more of it. But Regina King is a stalwart and a legend in black actress lore. You know what I mean? From 227 all the way to the Boondocks and This Christmas, and to when she started directing. Regina King is like that for real. You know what I mean? And don't forget her in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, because it's a thin line between fries and shake. Yeah, Regina King, not to be confused with Regina Hall. You know us, we gonna mix people up. Regina King is Boondocks. Regina King is 227. Brenda on 227. She was also, don't forget, she was in Friday. She had her hair half braided. She was Craig's sister. You know what I mean? Regina Hall, that's The Best Man. That's Scary Movie. Girls Trip. Also fine. The one thing I got to say about both of them, because how old is damn Regina King? The one thing I love about this era is that I want to say people as a whole, but I'm going to talk about black people. Oh, and she just had a birthday too, so happy belated. But women from like 32 on, like they hit that corner and they just start getting fine. Like I don't know, it's just the maturity, and maybe because now I'm mature, as you see the wisdom. You know what I mean? I love it. They look better than they did when they was younger. He said she was watching her in Miss Congeniality. I do remember that. That's the joint with Sandra Bullock, I think. Yeah, yeah. You right. You right. I see you, Key, with your movie trivia. But so shout out to the players in the Baddie of the week, Derrick Rose and Regina King, continuing to grow and blossom. Peep the rose blossom. You see what I did there? But all right, now let's finish up the show. Let's finish up the episode with Ceddy's recipes. Ceddy's recipes. We've been on a roll lately. For those that are new, and just kind of getting familiar with this segment. It's one of my favorite segments. Is where we take customs and traditions from Black culture of yesteryear and share them with the Gen Z, share them with the Gen Alpha, so that they can take them to the future. You know what I mean? And keep things going. And in the past, we've used night watch service, playing spades, God is good, Uno, late night playlists, late night drives, playlists for your baddies, and several other things. Most recently, we just used the chicken sandwich, the original chicken sandwich, where you put a piece of chicken in there on a piece of white bread. Classic. But staying in the food lane, tonight's Ceddy's recipe is dinner after church. Now, I don't know, some of y'all may be like, I ain't go to church. But I know you done been to church at least on Easter Sunday and Mother's Day, hopefully, to celebrate your mama. But it's nothing like going to dinner after church. Now, back in the day, you go to church, and after that, you was either going to a brunch, like a IHOP, Denny's, if that's what you into, or you would go to a buffet style restaurant or something out of the sort, a Golden Corral, a old country buffet, and you would break bread with your family. If you had a little money, you go somewhere else and elevate. A Perkins. Y'all don't know about Perkins. I barely know about Perkins. The steakhouse. That was before the Ruth Chris. But what you know? So quick story. Way back in yesteryear, when your boy was first getting his work permit, young Ceddy P worked at Old Country Buffet. This was actually my second job. I worked at Sesame Place, getting them discounts and benefits to Six Flags and more. But after that, I moved on, worked with my boy Omar. Shout out, my boy Omar. He helped me get a job at Old Country Buffet. And Old Country Buffet was great for me because I was getting money. I used to eat on my break, so now food is taken care of. And they had the audacity. They were trying to charge us. It was discounted price, but they trying to charge us for, you can eat buffet, but it's $2. Man, listen, I'm taking this food in the back, and on my break, I'm making me a plate. I'm not paying you no damn $2. All the work I do, I'm making money. You taking money. Anywho, the legend, Mr. T, worked there. Not the Mr. T, I pity the fool, but there was this Haitian brother named Mr. T. And he was an old head, OG, and he would be giving us game about girls. But the better part was it was older shorties that worked there. So mind you, I'm probably like 16, 15, 16, and they had like 21-year-old girls working there. Oh man, and we was going crazy. Yo. And I'll never forget Omar said he had seen one of the girls out, like he had seen her breasts. I was mad as hell. I was like, you know, I was trying to holler at that. You corny with your hate. I think he was lying. But anywho, yeah, man. And then, cause then, first of all, it used to be this girl there that worked there named Caroline, and that's when Outkast was out. So we used to sing Caroline to her, and then there was this Spanish joint. Man, that was crazy. But to not to get it too far off the point, the craziest thing that happened when I worked at Old Country Buffet is this family came in. They was, you know, eating or whatever, and then one of the we had a manager there who thought he had his hair slicked back. He thought he was the dude. He thought he was like Joe Pesci or something. I don't know who he thought he was, but he thought he'd get mad girls. He thought he was the, you know, he was that guy. And his sister was flirting with him while he was on the job, or whatever. So he flirting back with her, or whatever. And then she's like, "All right, I'll see you later," or whatever. And they was getting ready to walk out. The other manager, not the manager with the slick back, but the other managers, like, "Excuse me, before you go, I saw you guys put some things in containers. We don't allow that here." The Joker he lifted back the stroller. He lifted back the stroller, you know, partition, please. And they had containers of food that they had been stuffing while homeboy was trying to holler or getting schmoozed on. Straight scammed. Like it's Harlem Nights. About to go down for some sunshine. And they was about to take us to the cleaners. Mind you, that food's just gonna get thrown away. It's like, get them the food. But you're stealing. And that's not appropriate. I was like, dang, shout out my boy for peeping the whole game. It really was like Harlem Nights. It's like they thought they was getting over. Somebody was watching the whole time. Man, we used to have fun working there though. The ice cream machine. Yeah, man. It's something, like I said, we live in a different age now. There's different era. You know what I mean? So, but it's like when you're young, being around older girls, it's like being a freshman and being around upperclassmen. Yo, what a gift. What a gift. Cause like I said, cause sometimes if we stay like we was trying to holler, they flirt, whatever with us, you know, make us feel like we was gonna do something. But then sometimes they would just be putting us on game about like other girls, and it's like, so I was like, man, we gonna be killing them when we go back to school in the fall. Yo, shout out Old Country Buffet. I'm getting off the topic though. Places like Old Country Buffet and Golden Corral, black staples for dinners after church and going for graduations. But a great place, you know, in retrospect, what is the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily hygiene, but the conditions, not always the best. The buffet style, you got people all picking over food, not ideal post-COVID. And now that I have post-COVID clarity, but a wild time and a great time and a memory worth reliving. So if you're not going to go to a buffet, first of all, go to church. But second of all, when the family all together, y'all get together and go out to and get something to eat with each other, man. Fellowship is good times. All right. Now, this concludes another great episode of Keepin It Playa. Shout out to all the players and baddies that came through, even the ones that was trying to call your boy Morpheus. Don't ever disrespect me ever again. But I love y'all. If you missed the episode, this episode will be live shortly, so make sure you tap in and continue to tell everybody and their mama about the Player Circle and Keepin It Playa. But until then, y'all know what to do. Keep it blessed. Keep it real, but always keep it playing. We out.